If the road was so bad, there wouldn't be more persons, along your lane. But if the road is good and sweet, there will be lots of persons, in your vicinity. Hello everyone, welcome back to another segment. Into this episode, let's dive into our African lady who got married to a Chinese husband based in China. The story of Rose has been so, enticing and so demanding. It is a story, that teaches us how true, should I say, life experience, and also teaches us that, there is success at the end of the tunnel. For some persons, they want to give up along the road, and why other persons, they get up strength, they are focused with prayer and determination, they were able to achieve their goal. The story of Rose, is something, we women, have to look into and learn a lot from. But that is by the way. In today's episode, we are actually celebrating joy. And why are we celebrating joy and success? Yes, in today's episode, we have here Rose family all the way from Africa down to the Chinese environment. It's a good experience and it's their first time, to land in the Chinese environment. Will that road be open for them, to come in without the assistance of Rose? The capital letter is no. And the answer to that question is a big capital letter no. Well, you can see that, Rose is so much glad, to welcome his brethren all the way from Africa to the Chinese environment. It's a great one. If you guys can recall in checking recent video, or I think that was last year, Rose welcomed, her mom and also her sister into the Chinese environment, and right now we have here our siblings, with her. She's so filled with joy, she's so filled with happiness, and in fact, what lingers in her heart cannot be explained. It's a fountain that is filled with joy flowing. For the past 10 years after wedding, this is the first time of her, setting her eyes or touching her brethren, her sibling, apart from the fact that, her sister came with her mom last year. But this particular one with two of her brothers, and even including, let's just say, her siblings, and this, is a good one. Well, before we forge ahead, want to say, a big thank you to, I think, Rose's husband for creating or making them, to come over all the way from China, all the way from Africa to the Chinese environment for them to stay, I think, at least a little while with their sister. I think it's a good one over there. We want to say thank you so much, for the opportunity, and also giving that space or giving that go ahead, invitation, accepting the invitation for them to, arrive all the way from Africa to the Chinese environment. Their coming has brought a lot of changes into Rose's life, and that makes her, to remember how they were together and how they are, we are growing up when they were small, and all of that. They have to share the love together, and all of that, that is some blood bound. Well, we're talking about here your sister and your brother. And well, notwithstanding, before we go ahead into the other page of it, I think what we're saying there is that most times at the beginning, of the beginning of one's should I say struggle, or at the beginning of one's step or road of success in life, there is a lot of disagreement, and there's a lot of agreement, and there's a lot of disputes, and there is a lot, but one just needs to fight his or her way through, and at the end of it, you have a couple of persons coming to celebrate with you. And I think sometimes, those persons who comes in to celebrate with you, or who comes in to share that joy with you, might not even experience, that pain, or should I say that event, or that phase of life. I should use that word, phase of life, or phase in life where you were struggling, or you were trying to make ends meet, or you were praying, or you fall down and you rise up. They did not experience it, but maybe some of them out there. They are there, praying for you, while some others are there, trying to cause more havoc, to your thinking, trying to break your trust, your own hope, and, trying to, cause like a kind of distractions to you. But if you are in that category, or you're in that, should I say, yes, if you're in that category, I think the only good you would do to yourself is just being focused and be happy with yourself. And one thing again, to take good care of yourself. Mind you, how do you take good care of yourself? Because it's just only an healthy soul, a healthy soul that will be able, to obtain success. And a soul that is not healthy will break down. So you just have to take care of your outer being, your inner being, your spirit mind is what is much more important. And most times those things which you ought not to hear, and then you're hearing it, or that would cause you, pain and all of that, you just try, to eradicate it, or to avoid such should I say gathering, or such encounter. So I think that will give your spirit mind strength, that will give your spirit mind and that perspective of life. You will see goodness even when you are not, there. For the brethren that came all the way from Africa, and we want to say thank you for coming in to see your sister, and also for sharing our joy with her. But for the meantime, Rose is so much, feel they are actually having a good time and a good moment. So it's like, why did it take much longer, for them to come in? Well, I think the reason, if I might be able to, throw a light on that particular question, I would say that, the first time in marriage in every couple, I think the advice we should give to every couple, that first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year, and also sixth year is very good, and it's very important, for couples to be together and to understand themselves more fervently before we have a third party visiting the home and all of that. And we don't want much third party, just depending on the category of person you are. But for that of us, I think distance again matters. And I think for them to understand themselves, just mind you, we are talking about intra-relationship, intra-marriage, not relationship. We are talking about intra relationship, and that's cause for the corporates to understand themselves, and also to know the do's and don'ts before embarking on that should I say blessed union called marriage. So that space should be granted to newly wedded couples. And the fact that Rose actually was in that too buoyant at the beginning, she had the strong hope for her husband that they too will become successful at as time goes on, and which you can see at this present time they have very, very successful. If you check our recent video, you will see where Rose started, and how the pains and penury she faced and all of that. And here we are, and also the brethren celebrating her success. I think to celebrate success is also good, but also to share the pain of that person also calls for attention too. So I believe I've been able to answer your question. Well, this is not a question and answer segment. We're just here to announce the coming of Rose brethren or siblings all the way from Africa to the Chinese environment. We'll be bringing to you more of their visits. Well, this is where I'll be wrapping up today's episode, and I hope you're lighting onto this package. Please do stay tuned and stay blessed. And always remember, lovelies, stay cool for now. Bye for now.